Hello, 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 everyone. I hope y'all have been safe, happy, in love with whomever, whatever it may be, and remembering to make memories. The memory we're going to make today is opening up another limited edition Miniverse ball. This one is the cheesy Gordita crunch and crunchy tacos, Taco Bell edition. So let's get right into it. All right, so this one came with a box for all three of the tacos to go into. I think that it was extremely cute. I'll probably end up laying this out flat and making my own because that is definitely adorable. It even has the little latching part to make sure the box doesn't open and everything stays secure, and you won't have lettuce and cheese flying all over your car when you pick your order up. In addition to the box, each of the tacos have their own individual paper wrap, and they literally fit like a glove. I loved that. And of course, this being a limited edition, the only thing that will be on this is how to do this particular one, and then like signage and stuff like that for this particular ball. And just like I said in the last episode, if you have not seen it, I do still wish that they would have given you a delivery bag. I think that that's just a must when it's fast food. So in this box I just opened, we have three of the hard tacos. And in the other box, we have only two of the flour tortillas. And just like I say, like all the time, we're going to cut this bag because we will be keeping it. I guess that will be our delivery bag because they didn't give us one. But the contents of this one was ground beef, shredded lettuce, and shredded cheese. The contents of this bag is the serving tray and the taco rack or tray. And lastly, in this bag is the resin or liquid cheese, tongs, and the ball topper. These are the instructions on how they say you should probably try to assemble these tacos, but we all know I'm gonna do what makes sense to me. You do what makes sense to you, or you can try to do it the way that they tell you to and see what happens. I do love how each taco literally sits in the taco rack perfectly, but I don't know why they gave us a taco rack like they be giving it to us at the restaurant, because they don't. But I guess for the appearance. But this ground beef is pretty cool. This kinetic sand is like almost on point. I will say that this meat looks more real than the meat that they actually put on their real life tacos. So we're gonna take this layer by layer. I'm gonna make sure I put a generous amount of the ground beef where it can be seen on the outside, but I will flatten it. Put liquid cheese to hold it, cure it, put shredded lettuce and the shredded cheese in a bowl together, mix it with the liquid cheese, and then put those contents on the top. But I really wish they would have gave it as a supreme, because I put sour cream on all my stuff, so. And now, so I won't have to use too much of the shredded lettuce and too much of the shredded cheese. I'm gonna toss it in the liquid cheese resin and fluff it out to make it look fuller than what it really is. That way I can make sure everything gets light penetrated through it and it'll actually stay in place, instead of guessing if a light has gotten all the way down to it and stuff starts falling off eventually. It's always better to have too little than too much when it comes to these type of things. So I add a little bit more at the end when I'm about to run out. Just a few, 2 or 3 more sprinkles of cheese and lettuce. So I won't end up using too much of the product and I can use it later however I want. Now I'm gonna cure these all together as a package with the gooseneck lamp. And I'll make sure I cure it on multiple sides. Now taking out the flour tortilla shells or tacos, I'm gonna make sure I focus that cheese on that outer line. It is no need to put it on the inside at all, because that will not cure and eventually that will leak out. So I'm just gonna put a good dab on each end of the tortilla, and then I'm gonna spread it as thin as possible. So I'll make sure when it cures in the lamp, it is focused on that outside, gluing the two pieces together, and no excess glue will be on the inside and mess up my creation later on. And also, instead of doing the two shells, well, the two tortillas that they gave me, I'm only gonna do the one, because it's gonna be wrapped up. One's gonna stay wrapped up, and two will look as if they're getting eaten by the dolls or whatever. So you see, I'm making sure I do this at different angles to make sure that that light penetrate all the way through that thin line that I made to glue those two pieces together. As you see, while I'm wrapping these, I'm using my experience working at McDonald's and Walmart, Wendy's when I was in high school, and trying to wrap this just like I used to do burgers when I was in high school and stuff. I think it turned out pretty nice. If y'all want to slow it down and see what I did, please do. And I'm gonna use the double-sided tape to keep this one in check. So this is gonna be one of the ones that I don't open. The other two will be opened if I'm using them or whatever like that. So the other two, I'm gonna make sure I wrap them, but I'm gonna make it where they can't open or are covered while wrapped.
This is so good. Have you tried this one? Absolutely delicious. I'm so glad we got these. Me too. Cheers to the best cheesy Gordita crunches ever.
Make sure to press like and subscribe, and of course, press the notification bell.